We're going to sleep very well tonight. But obviously, we expect more battles in the days ahead.
All right, y'all. So it looks like the justice system does work. Surprise, surprise. Trump can't do everything that he says he can. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Blue. This is a channel where we find the truth, seek understanding, and be the light. Let's just go ahead and get right into this because this is interesting. As you guys already know, we get our information from ground.news. They have not yet allowed me to be an affiliate, but that is absolutely okay because I just want to give you guys the information with the truth, and that's what they provide. So the judge from California, a California judge, which look at that. California actually did something right for once. Judge blocks Trump administration's ending of legal protection for 1.1 million Venezuelans and Haitians. Federal judge ruled against Trump administrations for any temporary legal protection. Yep, we just said that. And the judge said that Homeland Security actions of terminating the temporary protective extensions granted by previous administration exceeded her authority and were arbitrary, which is interesting, but we'll get into the details of that in a second. Let's see. Temporary protective status allows for people in the U.S. to live and working conditions in their home countries are deemed unsafe due to natural disasters, political instability, and or other dangers. There was one thing that was said specifically down here. Here we go. High factual. And this is what I love about Grand.News is because they tell you which side of these news articles are they're leaning, whether it's going to be center, which is pretty much neither left or right, or it's going to be left or right. And we're going to have factuality on how true the statement is that they have. So Trump administration blocked from any protection service. Federal judge in San Francisco has once again prevented Trump administration from canceling immigration protective service for Venezuelans and Haitians, ruling that the move to revoke their status it was unlawful. District Judge Edward Chen determined that Homeland Security Chris Noam, I forget what her name is, acted improperly in attempting to terminate. Yes, I will agree with that statement. I've mentioned this in the past in the video that I've done as of recently. I can't remember when I do these videos. It's just so much. But not too long ago, I did a video in regards to the extension, which is interesting because they're more specific on exactly what's going on here. So essentially, the Trump administration, or at least the judges, allowed the extension for the Haitians because it was supposed to be done. It was supposed to be done in April, and then it got moved to September, and then it got moved to February for the Haitians specifically, not for the Venezuelans and not for the Nicaraguans. And I did a video on that, and it was interesting is because I don't know fully the states of or the status of what's going on in Nicaragua or Venezuela, which is interesting because I think there's some issues going on with the U.S. and Venezuela right now. But as far as Haiti, I know the state of Haiti right now, and based off of the capital area, it's not good. It's not good. It's overrun by gangs, and the whole point of TPS is so that they can have protective service during the time that the country is in turmoil and having issues, as we see here. No political or natural disasters, political instability, or other dangers. Haiti is heavily dangerous right now. This is something that I know and that I'm aware of. So for them to try and remove the TPS and just send them back home into the dangers is inhumane. And I knew something was going to work out to where this was going to happen. Now, he blocked the ending of the legal protection. So I don't know exactly what this means. But let's go ahead and jump into two videos in regards to this.
We're going to sleep very well tonight. But obviously, we expect more battles in the days ahead.
A gathering in the heart of South Florida's Venezuela.
So I guess it's just not ending at all. But then so then let's keep going.
Community came with cheers and applause. And a sense of relief, at least for now, after a federal judge ruled against the Trump administration Friday, granting more than 1 million people from Haiti and Venezuela the right to live and work in the U.S. under temporary protected status, or TPS. The legal protections had expired for many Venezuelans in April, and for others it was about to expire on September 10th.
We do good to this country and we deserve an opportunity because, among other reasons, we don't have a country to go back to.
Rumir Rojas, who went to medical school in Venezuela, arrived in South Florida in 2023 under the humanitarian parole program with the goal of becoming a pediatrician.
It's difficult to move to a new country, and I started from the beginning. I didn't speak English at all.
She worked at restaurants, bussing tables, until she learned English well enough to pass the necessary certifications. Venezuelans admit this is only a temporary victory, and much more work needs to be done to secure meaningful and permanent immigration reform.
We are not here because it's fun to come here, because it's joyful to leave your country, everything you know, and just move back and start all over again like you were born again in this country after you are an adult.
Now to the president's immigration crackdown. A federal judge has blocked the administration from ending temporary protected status for nearly 1 million migrants from Haiti and Venezuela. Our immigration reporter Camila Montoya Galvez is here, as always, to help us understand it. First, on the judge's ruling, what was the ruling?
Sure, John. So a federal judge in California has ruled against the Trump administration's efforts to scale back the temporary protected status, a humanitarian protection program on immigration for hundreds of thousands of Venezuelan migrants and also migrants from Haiti. It covers about 600,000 Venezuelans and 350,000 Haitians, a very large population, the biggest of any TPS program. The order requires the Department of Homeland Security to restore the legal status and work permits of some Venezuelan migrants who had already lost their status and had become eligible for deportation. The judge said the Trump administration, John, is trying to send these migrants, quote, back to conditions that are so dangerous that even the State Department advises against travel to their home countries. A scathing order.
And that's literally what I said about Haiti in the last video that I did about this situation. They literally was saying, yo, there's no traveling that's happening here. How are you going to send people back when there's a travel, when they're not letting people in or out? It don't make sense.
Department will almost certainly appeal. The Department of Homeland Security argues this program has been exploited, abused, and extended for far too long.
So essentially that's what's going on with the Venezuelans. I'm not sure if the Haitians really know about this, and I know for a fact that there's people that's going to come into my comment section and is talking about they need to go back, send them back to their country. You don't even know any English. What are you even doing here and stuff like that? Look, guys, we have stuff in place for people from other nations to come and reside here. We have stuff in place for people of other nations to clearly seek protection here. These are legal methods. If you're saying that we just need to ship everybody back to their country, regardless of what the heck is going on, regardless of them actually coming here and working and such, you have no heart. And we can't really say that you're truly American at this point. So TPS has started by Congress in, I think it was 1990, if I recall, when I was checking the details. And this was part of the Immigration Act. This was under a Republican president that this was passed. So you see where I'm going with this. This is something that we as Americans, who are a boiling pot of just a whole bunch of nations over the course of the years. I'm not including when America first started and it was just a whole bunch of Europeans that came over here with a whole bunch of black slaves and then built the nation. I'm not talking about that. As time progressed and we allowed other nations to come into America, we've made reservations for them to be able to acclimate, to be able to gain citizenship here. And then with this whole TPS thing, we've come to realize that there are other countries that are in turmoil and we are kind of their safe haven. Now, we're not sitting here trying to solve all the problems for all the other nations. That's what the Democrats want to do. But we do understand that people are human and they need some assistance. So we provide them with said assistance. And so we had TPS, part of the Immigration Act. And so we have that here and in place. For you to just remove it, if you felt like they overextended their stay, that is one thing. I think naturally it was supposed to end sometime this year. The expiration for the TPS could have been extended farther, but President Biden decided to end it this year. I think everything that's happening right now was all part of the Democrats' plan, but that's because they care about votes and they're playing with people's lives. So, of course, the administration now, they're doing what they can to try and make America and worry about Americans first. The easiest way to worry about Americans first is to get everybody else that isn't American citizens out. it's not specific to just white people. Let's just get that clear. It's not specific to just white people. Americans. We're trying to focus on Americans. So with that being said, for them to move up the expiration date for the TPS was definitely a low blow in my eyes, because a lot of people that are here on TPS are actually working. They're not the freeloaders like that, those that came here illegally. They're here legally. And yes, they were provided some type of assistance while they were here. But the second that they started working, it was gone. They ain't getting no free money or nothing like that. So, and I know this because I have people that came under the Biden program TPS that live here right now. And essentially they were getting food stamps. They were getting some money coming in. The second they started working, food stamps gone. So the system does work. And as we can see, the judicial courts will stop whatever it is that they deem is unnecessary, inhumane, and outrageous. They will keep the president in check. And if it's something that they feel like they need to do, they will allow the president to do. That's just point blank, period. So I'm glad that the judges was able to do that. Now, the question now is, what does that mean? Because like I said before, the expiration for the TPS was supposed to be set for this year, which means that it would have to be renewed. I don't think Trump has to renew it. It's just like he was trying to push forward the date. So my question is it like remove completely? What's the new like deadline? I got to figure that part out. Once I get more information, then of course I'm gonna let y'all know. But just know that y'all heard it here. So, as always, it's your boy Blue. I'm going to catch y'all next one. Take it easy. Peace.